Welcome to this video tutorial. Today we are focusing on a 10-mark beliefs in society outline and explain. And this video will outline a student paragraph, a perfect paragraph structure, and also some revision of some of the main theories that are to do with the functions and the conservative nature of religion in society. Thank you for choosing this video. If you like it, please click like. If you want to subscribe, or if you've got something to say, drop me a comment. So today we're focusing on how to structure your answer to score well on an outline and explain 10 mark. Just a few reminders for you. You will have 15 minutes to answer this. You need to be given 2 balanced paragraphs. It will always ask you for a reason or a way, effect, problem, strengths or weaknesses of a particular idea, view, theory or method. Look for the question hooks, because this type of question is requiring you to make the link between 2 areas of the specification to show your knowledge and understanding, and these will only appear on theory and methods on papers 1 and 3 and topics on paper 2. A basic mark scheme, focusing on the top band, you need to have good knowledge and understanding of 2 things. You should be able to apply 2 applications of the material and also have appropriate analysis of the 2 ways in order to score that top band answer. So here's the question: outline and explain 2 functions of religion that act as a conservative force within society. And as you can see, there are 2 parts of the question. We're going to call them Part A and Part B. Part A is the functions of religion, and you could be referring to functionalist functions, Marxist functions, feminist functions. And then Part B is the conservative force part. And I want you to consider, well, why is it a conservative force? What is it preserving or keeping the same? How is it doing it? And then think about that you are needing to get some analysis marks for this question. So to what extent is this true? Is there any exceptions to the rule that you could be adding to your answer as you dig deeper into the functions and the conservative nature of religion? So what will the structure of an answer look like? Once again, I draw upon an example answer so we can just identify the parts of the question, show the application and a little bit of analysis. So start to explore this student's answer. We start off with the wording from the question. One function that religion may perform is to promote social solidarity. There is my first function. And I'm going to explain what social solidarity is. So this is a term used by Durkheim to suggest that an important part of society is to ensure that everyone feels unity and feels part of the group. That's basically what social solidarity is. Durkheim argues that religion does this in his example of totemism. So now we're applying an example of a religion to explain what this function is. So what is totemism? The totem is a sacred object that the group worships, and it gives the group an identity and a sense of belonging. And it's through this collective worship that brings people together. So we've just explained the function of religion, we've explained what it means by social solidarity, and we've backed it up with an example of totemism. Now we're going to apply it to the second part of the question. So by ensuring that everybody in the group worships the same totem, this shows that religion is acting as a conservative force, because everybody is worshipping the same thing. It's keeping people together. This is maintaining the solidarity, so there's your link to Part A, and it's keeping society stable, as everybody is sharing the same belief in the totem. We further explain it. This avoids any feeling of anomie, another functionalist concept, which might disrupt the stability of society. And this is what is conserved by the role of religion. It is maintaining the status quo. And the status quo is basically how society is, believing in the same norms and values, where everybody is agreeing, and we've got this collective idea through the shared worship. We've got a little bit of analysis to finish off at the end. A more contemporary example could be civil religion. So we're sticking with the functionalist view. In particular the USA, and what that does is worships the God of America, which also promotes social solidarity, and this also acts as a conservative force because the values which it's conserving is what it is to be a good American. So there's your paragraph. 7.5 minutes to write. We've got lots of key words and concepts in there that you can be using. We have made sure that we spent time on the function and also on the conservative nature of religion, and we've attempted to add some analysis as well. So let's explore some other functions of religion that make it act as a conservative force. This time we're going to look at it from a Marxist viewpoint. So the main function of religion is to reproduce class inequality. And you can be using some key Marxist terms such as opium of the people, alienation, ideology, belief in the afterlife, and maintaining capitalism on the inequality between the bourgeoisie proletariat. False class consciousness could appear there. Then you need to show that you can apply it to why is it a conservative force. Well, the reason why this function of reproducing class inequality is a conservative force, because through the ideological function of religion, the working class are brainwashed into thinking inequality is God-given. And this is what it's conserving. It's preventing a revolution. Make sure that you are applying it to an example from religion to back it up. So you could apply the bourgeoisie using Christian hymns to maintain capitalism. And here's the conservative force part of it. It is preventing the proletariat revolution. So is the conservative nature of religion an exaggeration, or can we see it in society today? Well, other examples that you could use is the Hindu caste system. And this caste system divides Hindus into 4 main categories. And many believe that these groups originated from the Brahma, the Hindu god of creation. It has origins in ancient India and was transformed by the various ruling elites to maintain class inequality. So therefore, Marxists argue religion discusses the conservative nature of religion, which is to maintain class inequality, but it fails to explain the cause of capitalism or where class exploitation comes from. And neo-Marxists would argue that rather than religion maintaining class inequality, religion can be used to create a counter-hegemony, and this creates a dual consciousness for the proletariat or the working class, which means that it acts as a force for social change rather than conserving society as it is. So let's explore another function of religion. We've got according to Feminist, the main function of religion is to maintain patriarchy or a male-dominated society. And we can refer to different sociologists such as Armstrong and Daly. We can look at the examples of religion such as religious texts, hierarchy and institutions. Religion has been reinterpreted to benefit men. You could talk about the Pope, the hijab, and other religious leaders in terms of creating that inequality. And then you need to make sure that you are applying it to what is conservative about it. Well, religion is a conservative force because men interpret religion in such a way that benefits themselves, it maintains patriarchy. It stops women from challenging the patriarchal system through a similar ideology from what was being reproduced with capitalism, for example. Have you then applied it from an example from religion? Well, you could refer to Christianity or Islam being patriarchal and use some of the examples there. And then you need to make sure that it's explicit. So what is it conserving? Well, in this case, it's preventing social change of gender equality. So is the conservative nature of religion an exaggeration according to feminists? Well, according to Linda Woodhead, she could argue that whilst traditional religion is patriarchal and acts as this conservative force maintaining male domination, it's not true of all religions. If we look at other religions, there are religious forms of feminism. British women using the hijab to gain parental approval and to enter employment or further education. Pentecostal religions, where women often hold traditional gender roles, religion actually increases their power and influence. Piety movements, middle-class urban women try to further their own interests. Likewise, Quakers in the 19th century were committed to gender equality, and the Church of England have experienced social change with female vicars and bishops. So lastly, when answering a 10-mark outline and explain, remember to show A01 knowledge of both parts of the question. Show how part A links or affects part B, then offer a further explanation or analytical point to finish. And another thing that you could do is actually look at this from a 20-mark perspective. Evaluate the view religion continues to act as a conservative force in society today. And thinking about what we have talked about on this video tutorial, start to use it to apply it to a much bigger question. What would the question be asking? What are the relevant studies and concepts? And any alternative views or criticisms? Thank you for watching. If you found it useful, please click that big fat like button. Any questions or comments, pop them below. Check out some other videos that I've done. I've got things like how to structure a 20 marker. I've got stuff on beliefs. I've got stuff on theory and methods. I've got stuff on education, crime. So have a little bit of a browse on my channel if you want to, and make sure that you have a great day, and in the words of my daughter, be good. Bye.